So I decided to pre-order Call of Duty World War II. I really still don't want to call it Call of Duty World War II for many reasons. One is uh, when you market the game and you claim that it's authentic and it doesn't have authentic symbols, authenticness to the level of you literally seeing the enemy as they really were, defeats the purpose of having authentic, accurate, depiction of World War II. Just saying. But I did want to play the beta and did want to give it a honest and open, legitimate, review and my first impressions, my first few hours of playing the game. I have to say the game is extremely fun. There's a lot to do. I'm going to mention, out of everything I'm going to say, upcoming few things that I'm going to say, I want to reinforce all that by saying simply this. This game has a lot of potential of being a great game. However, this is beta, but as we know it, apparently, when other Call of Duties that were in beta, not much changed after. A couple weapons got nerfed or buffed, and that was pretty much it. The graphics got slightly altered, but not really much. Just a few little minor things were altered. Not anything too serious. It's almost like we were playing the beta still. So just putting that out there as a fact. I'm going to say this. The game is a lot of fun, and I know that for consoles, graphics really don't matter, but I like to judge any kind of game that I play on multiple different levels, and one of them is graphics. It feels like the game, on certain parts of the game, certain parts of the map, certain parts of the characters, and certain animations and certain things like that, are a little bit more fresh, new, and I could consider it, good. But also seems that the game is not really that good, graphically speaking. Maybe it's not running at its full potential, or I don't know. I feel like there are moments of frame drop, which is kind of an issue, and I don't know if anybody else experiences, but it seems like visually there are moments of frame drop, and then sometimes it feels like there's a huge spike in the frames, and there's too many frames coming at you at once, so it's a little bit like overwhelming. Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's just the way it's set up. One other thing I've also noticed, the shaky cam and the fucking flinch mechanic in Call of Duty has been irritating me for years now. It's something that I kind of, I don't know, as a YouTuber, if I ever got big, that's the one thing that I would really bitch about, is I hate the idea of flinching in this game, and it feels like, I don't know, maybe it's just for the fact, they want to immerse you in how World War II really was, but you can't really experience that without actually being there. And, you can't really experience it in Call of Duty World War II because it's very historically inaccurate, actually, to be honest. Just because they got a very, name of a battlefield, or the setting of a particular combat arena or theater or area, does not really make it that historically accurate. I believe that it's very historically inaccurate on multiple different levels, like the MG 42, apparently, I think that's what it is. It does not sound like the MG 42 in real life, and I know what it sounds like because I've seen videos of people actually shooting that thing. Completely different sound. And that's another thing that I wanted to talk about, is the sound in this game. There's no real audio cues when it comes to footsteps and other useful hints of an enemy being around the corner. You're supposed to kind of listen to call-outs. I don't have the fucking attention span or time to listen to the fucking call-outs of my teammates, and this is just presetted audio voices of characters. It's not like your teammates are saying, oh, blah blah blah, they're here. No. It just presetted shit based on your location and what is happening in a certain radius. It's kind of fucking stupid, actually, but it is very interesting and fresh and new. But I would say definitely you should have left, audio cues such as footsteps and people reloading their weapons and aiming down their sights. All certain, like, very pinpointed audio cues really would help in being an efficient player. Overall, like I said, the game is fun. I do like it. There is I don't know, like maybe I could say the amount of pros that there's an equal amount of cons. Maybe there's even more cons. In reality, when it comes to gameplay and the game itself, it is fun. It really is fun. I'm enjoying myself. The progression system, there's a lot to progress in. Like I said, there's a lot of potential in this game. But another thing that irritates me, and I know that a lot of people have bitched about this, and I don't want to be the guy that follows that trend. But the maps are a little bit too big. Well, I was going to say too big, too small, a little bit cluttered, a little bit like it's a clusterfuck constantly. And I think what Sledgehammer Games was thinking, like, oh shit, we don't have exosuits, so we don't want those fucking 7 and 8 year olds to feel that the game is too fucking slow, so we have to make the map slow. And I really fucking hope that if they call the map slow, maybe they'll have a nice diverse amount of maps, ranging from small, medium, and big size maps, because occasionally having a big map is kind of fun, because then there's a lot more strategy that goes into a bigger map, and there's a lot more strategy that goes into a medium-sized map. A small map is basically point, aim, and shoot, and then obviously your reaction time, your gun skills, but in reality it's like you just grab an SMG or a shotgun and just run around and shoot at everything that fucking moves, really, in these maps sometimes, and it feels like either you're not challenged enough or you're basically fucked because the other team, they're better than you. It's kind of like very unbalanced when it comes to that. And let's see what else. I think the divisions are kind of an interesting, good idea. I hope that they have more weapons in this game. I really hope they don't put weapon variants or new weapons into supply drops. That's only going to irritate people. And I just thought of something very interesting that I wanted to bring up, and I really hope Activision doesn't send an assassin to assassinate me for saying this, but I think the reason why Infinite Warfare wasn't as popular as it could have been if they went down a different route in their development. I think that they meant to flop that game. I think they meant to make that game shitty, hoping that the new game, this game, going back to the roots and how it was advertised, that people will be super hyped and they can come back to one of their golden years of sales and make millions upon millions of dollars in one single fucking day. And I think they were willing to lose a lot by not having great sales with Infinite Warfare, and then have this come out, and they maybe thought maybe we can triple our sales with this game because everyone's going to be pumped and some of the old school veterans are going to come back. You did win me over with the fact that you're going back to World War II. You did win me over, coming back to boots on the ground. But there's still a lot that's wrong with this game. They need, what I would say, delay the game, wait 6 more months, and give us a polished game, because it feels like if this is what we're going to get November 3rd, it's lacking in content. It seems kind of dull. It doesn't seem, it feels like there's something missing, and it's also kind of like like I said, there's a lot of potential in this game. They could do so much more when it comes to maps. I mean, they can take and open up parts of maps that they basically closed off, that they found irrelevant or not useful. They can open those up and make more lanes and make more flanking routes to at least kind of alleviate and make, feather out the players. Would make the map seem a little bit bigger, but in reality the map is not much bigger. That would be a great idea, and I'm just speaking like the honest truth. I'm a Call of Duty veteran. Honestly speaking, I've been playing Call of Duty since Modern Warfare, and when I was playing Modern Warfare, like I said before, I didn't care about KD. I played for fun. Then I got a little bit more serious and competitive, but not on the scale of obviously like MLG or pro YouTube montage clip shooter fuckers that make these fantastic videos where they play 15 games and they have one good game, and then they put that up with that day, and they play another 50 more games that very same day and capture 2 or 3 games out of those 50 games where they did well, and then they have another 3 videos for the remainder of the days. A lot of people will not tell you it takes many games before you can find a confident enough game that you want to upload. Like, I'll play 10 games, I'll find 3 or 4 maybe that I can upload, because I like to be honest, and I'm not going to put up games where I'm doing super amazing. I do that sometimes, but I don't want to be, that dick, basically. I want to be truthful and honest, and this is what I think about this game. It's a fun game. It feels like it's missing something. It has room for improvements. And I really would prefer, if they were to listen to me today, if Activision and Sledgehammer Games was to listen to me today, I would tell them, delay the game. We can wait 6 months to another year, polish the game, and you can have yourself a winner that can win the hearts and minds of all your fucking fans if you really dedicate yourself to implementing just a little bit more love and compassion in this game, and you will win your fans fucking back over. And I have a few more suggestions I will put up in another video. I'm the Mitten. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, definitely hit that like button. Definitely leave me a comment, subscribe, and hit that bell. That's all I gotta say. Peace.